Hi, this is Riddick Big Daddy Bo, two-time former world heavyweight champion, and you're watching Cool True Sports.
True School Sports.
True School Sports.
There you go, champ. Thank you.
I mean, and then you have other fighters like Roberto Duran, who I mentioned before. I mean, they might lose their skills little by little. You know, Arguello suffered a devastating knockout loss to, Aaron Pryor. That's the only reason I'm mentioning that, because that was the last major boxing show, I think, in Miami. Correct me if I'm wrong. Massive Arguello Pryor, 1983. I think this show we're having
sounds about right. Yeah.
Thursday night is the biggest show since then.
Yeah.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm going strictly from memory.
I can't think of any.
Okay, so this is actually, this is going to be the biggest show in, over 36 years.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What do you make of this show? I mean, are there any fights you're excited to see in particular?
I like the Diaz-Farmer fight. Diaz is going to be putting under pressure. Now, Jojo Diaz, he fought an exceptional fight in Gary Russell, and he kept coming, and, he would have beaten other champions that evening, but I just think Russell is an awesome talent. But it's unfortunately just fights once a year, so I'm not too optimistic for his career. It seems like he fights. He wants to have enough money to pay the bills and then go back, to work. But and Farmer, some people feel he's an underrated fighter, and he's a very good fighter. But I feel he's the type of champion who's pretty beatable. But, they talk about him with maybe Gervonta Davis, but I don't think he's quite at that caliber. But, we'll see.
I mean, I don't know. If you see the last Tank Davis fight, I mean, he looked pretty beatable to me.
Well, you could say Gamboa was injured with the Achilles and everything, but he didn't seem to be in the best form. Davis maybe didn't train as hard as he should. Shame on him for having trouble making weight and all, but Davis is an outstanding talent. I mean, the fight that excites me lightweight, Vasily Lomachenko against Teofimo Lopez.
That's a great fight.
And I'm giving Lopez a great chance because Lomachenko's going right into the eye of the cannon, over there, and this, really intriguing fight. And maybe Lomachenko's going to make me look foolish and just go out and dominate and tear Lopez apart and make me question what I was thinking. But I'm giving Lopez an excellent chance, to nail him at some point and take him out.
Why would you give him like a great chance of beating Lomachenko?
Oh, because he's a natural puncher.
Yeah.
And Lomachenko isn't going to be coming away from him. Lomachenko's going to give him angles the way he does. He's going to zigzag, keep moving sideways, in and out. But when he's going to attack, he's going to be there to be hit at certain points. And Lomachenko has looked to be a little vulnerable. Like a little exposed, I said. I got tongue-tied then. Thanks for bailing me out. A little bit exposed against Jose Pedraza, for example. He won a fight like that decisively, but it wasn't total domination the whole way. And if you look at some of his fights, I mean, he's maybe lost a little the last year too, but, So,
even in the Luke Campbell fight, he got
the Luke Campbell
clipped.
fight, he won big on a rounds basis, but Luke Campbell was very competitive, gave him a good fight, and I just feel with Teofimo, he's at his peak, whatever, but of course there's that little element. Teofimo Lopez is a big guy. Is it going to catch up to him making weight? Can we have a scenario where Teofimo actually doesn't make the weight, and then Lomachenko, maybe doesn't even take the fight the night of the fight? You never know.
I never thought of that, but that's always a possibility.
Yeah.
Teofimo, I know, is having a hard time making that weight.
Yeah.
Huge for the weight class.
He's a big guy. And the longer it's delayed, I mean, it's. But very intriguing. Where it's going to take place too. They keep talking, but now they're talking about Los Angeles.
I've heard Saudi Arabia thrown in there.
Saudi Arabia?
Yeah.
It doesn't belong in Saudi Arabia.
No, it's not Saudi Arabia.
Teofimo's fought at the Garden a number of times. Lomachenko's been in New York. It would be a great New York fight. But,
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you make of that Wilder Fury rematch?
Wow, I mean, in the beginning when it first got made, I was thinking Wilder would clip him this time. I feel Fury is going to surprise a lot of people in the way he fights. I think he's going to actually take it to Wilder.
He's going to come out and fight him.
At a time and come out and fight him. And Wilder, let's face it, is very amateurish in the way he throws punches, but he has the eraser. And Wilder, when you lose every round against Luis Ortiz, and then knock him out, people tend to only remember the knockout and they look at the positive, how awesome Wilder was. He could take anyone out at any time. But I look at all the rounds he lost. Those are rounds he's going to be losing against Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
Now, even though I thought the draw was actually fair last time, I had it scored a draw. I mean, I don't know what Wilder's expecting. He might be thinking he's going to have to chase after Fury. So how's he going to react when Fury comes to him? And I'm going to pick Tyson Fury to stop Wilder in the middle rounds, actually.
It's a bold prediction.
Fight. Yeah, it is. But
you're like the first person I've heard say that. Everybody I ask keeps saying, "Oh, Wilder's got him figured out."
No, keep this in mind. Boxing has different weight classes. If a lightweight is hitting the middle, the hardest punching lightweight, we just talked about Teofimo Lopez. If he's hitting a middleweight with the same punches, he might not be able to hurt him that much. Last fight, Tyson Fury weighed 44 pounds more than Wilder. Let's say he's entering the ring about 40 pounds more. Let's say another 44 pounds again for argument's sake.
Yeah.
If Wilder's hitting a much bigger guy, his punches aren't going to quite have the same effect. Okay, and because he hurt Fury badly at one point in round 12 and nearly knocked him out, it doesn't mean, he's going to find those magical punches again. And if he doesn't, I kind of like Fury in the fight, but they're supposed to have a rematch clause
for a third fight.
Fury can invoke. I don't know all the details, so that would be interesting, too.
It would.
Yeah, and I'm sure Wilder would invoke the rematch clause because what else was he going to do? No, otherwise.
Maybe go fight Joshua.
I think a Fury-Joshua fight could be off the charts in England.
It would stop the country.
That would be the fight. So would they figure something out to give Wilder a crazy step-aside fee to fight the winner? Who knows?
Maybe they could. I was just in England, and I was in a bar when he fought Ruiz, and like the whole country just stops when he fights. So I couldn't imagine what it'd be like if he fought Fury there.
Well, now they're talking Dylan White fighting against Andy Ruiz.
Mm-hmm. They made him an offer supposedly.
Anyone can make an offer. We can make an offer to him, whatever. What does it entail? Is there a rematch clause? It's not like it was years ago. If you're going to another guy's home country and you're giving him home advantage, normally they're supposed to pay more, to have home advantage. Mm-hmm. So when Andy Ruiz would have an excellent chance of beating Dylan White, very good chance, because Dylan White's basically a punch and Andy Ruiz has a very good chin. So, But let's see with Andy Ruiz. Is he training or whatever? Because Andy Ruiz now is striking us as the type of guy, as soon as he comes across money, he's living the high life and not really devoting himself.
Yeah, like maybe Buster Douglas, Riddick Bowe type thing.
But Buster Douglas was never the same, after Tyson,
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right, Jack. Well, any message to the boxing world about what you got going on at the BWAA?
No, well, the BWA, we'll have an announcement. Go to BWAA.org whenever someone can to see the latest. And a lot of great events, going on in boxing. I'm excited about here in Miami. That's what's on my mind now, coming up this Thursday.
Hell of a card.
I hope this is a revival of big-time boxing in Miami. But we know with the Super Bowl coming up, it's a natural to have, show up here. And next year, the Super Bowl's still going to be in Florida. It's going to be in Tampa Bay.
Is it?
Yeah,
okay.
Next year. So there's a good chance, maybe they'll have a big boxing event. They'll piggyback off that.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Well, Jack Hirsch, thank you for talking to True School Sports. It's been a pleasure meeting you. Thank you.
Pleasure here.
Showtime, Sean Porter. It's Aerosmith Dre. Hey everyone, this is Jesse Vargas. You're watching True School Sports. You're watching True School Sports. All right, and you're watching True School Sports. Stay tuned.